Welcome again to the lectures on language theory. These lectures are delivered specially for the students of the Department of English and German Languages, whose major is Foreign Language to Foreign Languages. The theme of this lecture is the noun. The outline includes the following points. Noun as the central nominative unit of language, its categorical meaning and formal characteristics. Next, formal and functional peculiarities of the category of number. After that, we will dwell on the problem of the category of case and various approaches to its study. Then we'll discuss the meaningful character of the gender category in modern English, gender oppositions and classes of nouns. And we'll finish the lecture with the system of article determination in English. The noun as a part of speech has the categorical meaning of substance or thinness. It follows from this that the noun is the main nominative part of speech, affecting nomination of the fullest value within the framework of the notional division of the lexicon. Nouns directly name various phenomena of reality and have the strongest nominative force among notional parts of speech. Practically, every phenomenon can be presented by a noun as an independent referent or can be substantivatized. Nouns denote things and objects proper, abstract notions, various qualities, and even actions. All these words function in speech in the same way as nouns denoting things proper. The examples of nouns are tree, love, bitterness, movement. The noun has the power, by way of nomination, to isolate different properties of substances, that is, direct and oblique qualities, and also actions and states as processual characteristics of substantive phenomena, and present them as corresponding self-dependent substances. For instance, her words were unexpectedly bitter. We were struck by the unexpected bitterness of your words. At that time, he was down in his career, but we knew well that very soon he would be up again. His career had its ups and downs. Formally, the noun is characterized by a specific set of word-building affixes and word-building modals, which unmistakably mark a noun. Among them, suffixes of the doer of the action, for instance, worker, naturalist, suffixes of abstract notions, in words like laziness, rotation, security, elegance, special conversion patterns, for example, to look, a look. As for word-changing categories, the noun is changed according to the categories of number, case, and article determination. Formally, the noun is also characterized by a specific combinability with verbs, adjectives, and other nouns, introduced either by preposition or by sheer contact. The noun is the only part of speech which can be prepositionally combined with other words. The book of the teacher, to go out of the room, away from home. The most characteristic functions of the noun in a sentence are the function of a subject and an object, since they commonly denote persons and things as components of the situation. For instance, the teacher took the book. The teacher is the subject and the book is an object. Besides, the noun can function as predicative, part of compound predicate, he is a teacher. As adverbial modifier, it happened last summer. The noun in English can also function as an attribute when it is used in the genitive case, the teacher's book, when it is used with preposition, the book of the teacher, or in contact groups of two nouns, the first of which qualifies the second. Cannonball, space exploration. Now we'll speak about the formal and functional peculiarities of the category of number. The category of number represents a classic example of a binary privative grammatical opposition. The category of number is expressed by the paradigmatic opposition of two forms, the singular and the plural. The strong member in this opposition, the plural, is marked by special formal marks, the main of which is the productive suffix s, which exists in three allomorphs: s, z, is. For example, cats, boys, roses. The term productive means that new nouns appearing in English form the plural with the help of this suffix. Non-productive means of expressing the plural are either historical relics of ancient number paradigms or borrowed. The sublative forms with interchange of vowels, man, man, tooth, teeth, the archaic suffix n, ox, oxen, a number of individual, singular, and plural suffixes of borrowed nouns, phenomenon, phenomena, stratum, strata, datum, data, nucleus, nuclear. In addition, a number of nouns have a plural form homonymous with the singular: one sheep, many sheep, one fish, 10 fish, one deer, 5 deer. The singular is regularly unmarked. The grammatical meaning of the singular is traditionally defined in a simplified way as one, and the meaning of the plural as many, more than one. This is true for the bulk of the nouns, namely those denoting simple countable objects. But the noun in the singular can denote not only one discrete separate object, but also substances, for instance water, abstract notions like respect, units of measure like hour, and other reference. The same applies to the meaning of the plural. Plural forms do not always denote more than one object, but express some other meanings, such as feelings, horrors of war, sorts of substances, wines, picturesqueness, sands, waters, etc. Different semantic types of the singular and the plural, some of which were shown above, are dependent on the lexicosemantic differences between individual nouns, namely the characteristics of their quantitative structure. For countable nouns, the category of number is a variable feature category or relative, since countable English nouns have both singular and plural correlative forms. Table, tables. Uncountable nouns can be used either only in the singular or only in the plural. For them, the category of number is absolute or a constant feature category. The two groups of uncountable nouns are respectively defined as singularia tantum, or absolute singular nouns, and pluralia tantum, absolute plural nouns. The absolute singular nouns usually denote the following reference: abstract notions, love, hate, despair; names of substances and materials, snow, wine, sugar; branches of professional activity, politics, linguistics, mathematics; some collective objects, fruit, machinery, foliage, etc. The absolute plural nouns usually denote the following: objects consisting of two halves, scissors, trousers, spectacles; some diseases and abnormal states, mumps, measles, creeps, hysterics; indefinite plurality, collective reference, earnings, police, cattle. The nouns belonging to the pluralia tantum group are used with verbs in the plural. They cannot be combined with numerals, and their quantity is rendered by special lexical quantifiers: a pair of, a case of, a pair of trousers, several cases of measles. the problem of the category of case and various approaches to its study. The case is the morphological category of the noun manifested in the forms of noun declension and showing the relations of the nounal referent to other objects and phenomena. The category of case in English constitutes a linguistic problem. Linguists argue first whether the category of case really exists in modern English, and second, if it does exist, how many case forms of the noun can be distinguished in English. The main disagreements concern the grammatical status of noun plus apostrophe plus s form. That's book, the chairman's decision. The following four approaches of different scholars can be distinguished in the analysis of this problem. The approach, which can be defined as the theory of positional cases, was developed by Nesfield, Deutschbaum, Bryant, and other linguists, mainly in English-speaking countries. They follow the patterns of classical Latin grammar, distinguishing nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and vocative cases in English. The cases are differentiated by the functional position of the noun in the sentence. The nominative case corresponds with the subject, the accusative case with the direct object, the dative case with indirect object, and the vocative case with the address. Thus, the theory of positional cases presents an obvious confusion of the formal, morphological characteristics of the noun and its functional, syntactic features. The approach, which can be defined as the theory of prepositional cases, supplements the previous one and follows the same route of Latin-oriented, old-school grammar traditions. The linguists who formulated it, Kurma among them, treat the combinations of nouns with prepositions as specific analytical case forms. The dative case is expressed by nouns with the prepositions to and for, the genitive case by nouns with the preposition of, the instrumental case by nouns with the preposition with, for the girl, of the girl, with a key. They see the system of cases in English as comprising the regular inflectional case, the genitive, positional cases, and prepositional cases. The next approach, which can be defined as the theory of limited case, is the most widely accepted theory of case in English today. It was formulated by linguists Swede, Otto Jesperson, and further developed by Russian linguists Smirnitsky, Barkhudarov, and others. It is based on the positional presentation of the category. The category of case is expressed by the apposition of two forms. The first form, the genitive case, is the strong, featured member of the apposition, marked by the postpositional element s, after an apostrophe in the singular, and just an apostrophe in the plural, the girl's book, the girl's books. The second, unfeatured form is the weak member of the position and is usually referred to as the common case, non-genitive. The category of case is realized in full in animate nouns and restrictedly in inanimate nouns in English, hence the name, the theory of limited case. The approach, which can be defined as the theory of the possessive postposition or the theory of no case, states that the category of case was completely lost by the noun in the course of its historical development. The proponents of this theory maintain that the inflectional genitive case form is actually a combination of the noun with the postposition denoting possession. The main arguments to support this point of view are as follows. First, the postpositional element s is not only used with words, but also with word combinations and sentences. For example, his daughter Mary's arrival, the man I saw yesterday's face. It may be used with no noun at all, but with a pronoun, somebody else's car. And second argument, the same meaning of possession is rendered by prepositional of phrases. This man's daughter means the daughter of this man. The followers of this approach conclude that s is no longer an inflection but a particle, like postpositional word, so noun plus s is not a morphological form of the noun but a syntactical construction. And next point of our lecture is the meaningful character of the gender category in modern English. The category of gender in English is a highly controversial subject in grammar. The majority of linguists stick to the opinion that the category of gender existed only in Old English. They maintain that in modern English, the biological division of masculine and feminine genders is rendered only by a lexical means. Special words and lexical affixes: man, woman, tiger, tigress, he goat, she goat, male, nurse, etc. In the English language, gender is a meaningful category for the whole class of the nouns because it reflects the real gender attributes of the referent denoted. It is realized through obligatory correspondence of every noun with the third-person singular pronouns he, she, or it. Man, he; woman, she; tree, dog, it. A woman was standing on the platform. She was wearing a hat. It was decorated with ribbons and flowers. Personal pronouns are grammatical gender classifiers in English. The category of gender is formed by two oppositions organized hierarchically. The first opposition is general and opposes human or person nouns, distinguishing masculine and feminine gender, and all the other non-human, non-person nouns belonging to the neutered gender. The second opposition is formed by the human nouns only. On the lower level of the opposition, the nouns of masculine gender and the feminine gender are opposed. Gender is a constant feature category. It is expressed not through variable forms of words, but through nounal classification. Each noun belongs to only one of the three genders. In addition, there is a group of nouns in English which can denote either a female or a male in different contexts. These nouns can be substituted by either he or she, president, professor, friend. They constitute a separate group of nouns, the common gender nouns. And the final issue we're going to discuss in this lecture is the system of article determination in English. The category of article determination shows the relations of the referent of the noun to the other referents of the same class. The article is a determiner, but unlike other determiners, it is so general that it has become a grammatical means of determination in modern English. When no lexical determiner is used, a noun is modified either by a definite article there, or an indefinite article an, or by the absence of such, defined as a zero article. The definite article expresses the identification or individualization of the referent of the noun. The object that the noun denotes is taken as concrete and individual. The identification meaning of the definite article can be demonstrated in cases when there is substituted by the demonstrative lexical determiners: the man, this man, the very man I saw yesterday. The indefinite article expresses classification or relative classifying generalization of the referent, which means that this article refers the object denoted to a certain class. The classifying meaning of the indefinite article can be explicitly demonstrated by substitution with classifying words and phrases: a man, some man, a certain man, some kind of man. The zero article expresses absolute generalization, abstraction of the referent denoted by the noun. This meaning can be demonstrated by the insertion test, where the generalizing expressions in general in the abstract are inserted into the construction to explicitly show the abstraction. Home should be a safe and comfortable place. Home in the abstract in general should be a safe and comfortable place. Paradigmatically, the category of article determination is formed by two oppositions organized in a hierarchy. On the upper level, the definite article, the strong member of the opposition, is opposed to the indefinite article and the meaningful absence of it, both of which express generalization and make the weak member of the opposition. On the lower level, the indefinite article and the meaningful absence of the article, with uncountable nouns and nouns in the plural, expressing relative generalization, which make the strong member of the opposition, are opposed to the zero article, denoting absolute generalization, the weak member of the opposition. That's all in brief concerning the content of this lecture. And as usual, you are offered a set of comprehension questions to check yourself. And as a rule, you are suggested to use this list of sources for further reading. The lecture is over. Thank you.